And I have returned. Arjun, are you still in chat? Hold on, let me go back to coaching. No watching. Arjun K. Up next, I believe, would be Saki. That's the name. This is a GM player. Probably top 500. I'll put top 500. And let me try if the last one worked. If not, we can do this one. But if the other one worked, it's up to you which one you want to do. Replace, import. No, this one works. So, Arjun, are you here? Hold on. I hope you're here. This one works. This is the other one. No. Do you want to do the other one? Do Volskaya? Okay. Which I assume is the one you sent on chat earlier. You followed your ranch? Okay, good.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
I assume you're going to be playing the 6-man dive. This is not Moira. You've lied to me. Oh man, we get the Simpsons 6 in the other place. Oh, fuck. There we go. Yeah, I really like this comp, by the way. I usually recommend at least the teams I go on, I really like with a Sigma, so that Zen and Sigma can play together. Okay, good position, doing damage, good position. Oh, I personally also don't like Widow a lot, but it's a decent Widow map, so... Ashe is just really good right now, right? Your team's going in, you got your Discord out, you got your Harmony out. Doing damage, rotating early, which is fine. Yeah. That's hard, yeah, you're just doing damage. Which is more than okay. And I assume you're calling your Discord, so I cannot hear it, but I assume that you are. You put your orb on the Tracer, so she has the advantage against the other duel. Overall, pretty solid. Staying away from dive range. They got top of bubble. So, sorry. They use both. Of course, they got a double bubble. They've used both bubbles, is what I meant to say. Which just gives you a lot of time to work with, because you can basically not be even now. I don't know if you should be trying to break the monkey bubble though. Mostly because this monkey bubble is just useless. Like, you spent what? Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots on the monkey bubble. And this monkey bubble is useless, right? It's like, what's it doing? There's no one here, the monkey's going away, the Zarya is not using it. You just wanted to get it out to kill him? That's what I think. Unless your team is focusing it, unless people are helping you, I would have rather just shot someone. Like, I guess maybe you didn't have a lot of options, but you could be looking for options. We killed the Zarya though, right? Like, there's no way we don't. Yeah. You take an aggressive position, which... Okay, well, that monkey's throwing. Should have maybe cancelled. And again, yes, this is all speculation, but not speculation, just my point of view. But I do think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can just cancel, melee to cancel and put the orb, rather than shooting and put the orb, and it takes less time, I believe, because of the shooting animation. But I may be wrong. And in this case, it's like 0.2 seconds or 0.1 second. Probably doesn't make a difference, but... Okay, your diva dies, which is a big problem, but yeah, cancel is faster. Gotcha. Yeah, I thought so, which is why I brought it up. Good trans. Just try to stabilize. Tracer should be dead. Yeah. Your Widow should not be on the point. Your Widow just... Why did your Widow... Okay, I'm not blaming anyone. Just random to see a Widow... Oh, monkey. Okay, there was a monkey on her SOG. Grapple, entry point? Should have just dropped, but yeah, it's fine. Good trans though, like yeah, you just got to stabilize. You kill and then you just have to do a monkey. I'm probably a lost fight at this point. Overall, yeah, the fight was really good. Oh, you even get rest. We won the fight and we get rest. Solid. So we rode it back to the high ground. Volley them back to the high ground, which is fine.
No one can hide from my sight.
You already had the volley charge. I was gonna say you may want to Discord first.
No one can hide from my sight.
But I feel like since you already had the volley charge, you just shoot it. Yeah, you had the volley charge. So, nothing there. Watching the angle, dueling McCree at your range, which is good. Probably time to drop. Good kill. Oh, and you're dead. Goodbye. You get rest though. Yeah. Overall, what do I feel? I feel like Widow is a weird pick, I'll be honest. Like, should you not be playing Ashe? Because especially against Dive, Widow is like... just good, of course, right? Like, if you have a good Widow who will just get picks every fight, that's fine. But on defense, against Dive, I feel like you should just play Ashe because she just does more damage and is more consistent. On offense, you probably play Widow because trades are in your favor. But I feel like on defense, you probably just want to play Ashe for the consistency. Because, yeah, Widow, let's just say that a pick wins you 1 out of 3 fights. But those other 2 fights, Widow has much less impact than Ashe. And on defense, you have to, you know, hold fast as long as possible. Which I know is not what we're discussing here, but I felt like I should mention it. At least in my opinion. Good kill. We die. How did... Okay, hold on. I'm going to assume you were calling for help with the Tracer. If you are not calling for help with the Tracer, then... Oh, your Mercy was just all the way over there. Why was your Mercy over there? The reason I say that is that... Again, you don't have any... You were... Okay, yeah, then... Yeah, that's all you can do. Of course, you don't have any survivability, like your diva, who's usually your peel, is dead, and I'm like... At this point, you're just by yourself, so I just want to see what your Mercy was doing. Oh, your Mercy tried to recontest the second take instead of hitting you, which is unfortunate, and you died for it. And they lose the fight. Okay. Well, yeah, if you were calling for help and being like, I need peel, then not much more you can do there, I think. Minor things. Like, yeah, you are doing my creative range. Don't think you should have broken the monkey bubble. Should have cancelled. I don't have comms, so it's not ideal, but I feel like you will do good. And again, I feel like we should change it. I don't know who's calling comps in your team. Are you calling comps in your team? I would not be surprised if you were the one calling comps in your team. Because you got Big Brain and all. Yeah, I would not play Widow on defense. Getting healed by... Good hit by your diva. No? Oh, unlucky. But yeah. You just drop from the high ground, which is fine. Dodge a high noon. Try to get the volley. Primal, you're just... Probably not dead, but very, very bad position. Yeah, you had to trans. That's alright. You keep your Discord on the monkey. You dodge the pulse bomb. Yeah, this is super fine. And nothing you can do about Diva. But this should be a one fight at this point. Discord cleanup. Yep. Okay, unfortunate. I thought we had this, but they're coming back slowly. Your position is good though. Like, you're staying out of harm's way. Staying out of harm's way. And then you just get dragged. Unfortunate. I like this position though. I don't know if you should have crossed. But I do really like at least this position. Right? I feel like you give them a window here to shoot at you. And they do. Yeah, okay. I think this is really better because of the cover, right? Crossing all the way was a mistake, yeah, right? And you can just play here instead. This is good position, this is good position, this is good. This is good position if you can make it, but usually you need to be set here to begin with, I think. And then just back out if you have to, but yeah, I think crossing all the way was a mistake.
No one can hide from my sight.
You wanted to make the hero play. That's fine. And of course, this fight was very. I don't want to say lost, but they do have the advantage here at this point, right? They got 3 people on point on Diana, and you got like people staggering in. Do you get rest? How do you? I'm sorry.
No one can hide from my sight.
I think that was just a bug on the UI. You did not get rest. By the way, your diva is good. She's eaten 2 of those already. Good kill. It's actually probably winnable, yeah. Should probably discard the monkey. Should have probably discarded the monkey earlier. No problem, Kevin. Yeah, your device nuts, yeah. I do think here when it gets cleansed, well, and when you put it on Zarya, but I feel here you should have just put it back on the monkey now. No, like yeah, you put it on Zarya, just swap it back to monkey here, because you've got the chance. Instead you go for shots. The target call was Zarya. Okay, that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. My first instinct would have been just put it on monkey. You got soldier, you and diva. Oops, that's a message. You got you, monkey, and diva just shooting at the monkey. But I'll be honest, like if the target call is Zarya, you probably leave it on Zarya. Like just follow the team's target. I feel like the right one was monkey. Right? If your team wasn't the monkey, like we had 3 people on monkey here. Where is it? Before your diva died, at least. Did we have 3 people on monkey? No, I'm just saying this. So you did not have 3 people on monkey, but I feel like the right call is monkey. Like, I'm guessing that Dewdrop is your call. Your soldiers is coming back from like spawn. So it's like I feel like the right call is monkey. Like only your Anna? Only your Tracer is on the Zarya. So I feel like your callers are either Glacial or Dewdrop. Because they are the only ones who can see the Zarya right now. But personal opinion, monkey is better pick. But if your team was calling Zarya, probably just leave it on Zarya. But we could have deleted that monkey. He had no bubble, no jump, no Zarya bubble, right? Hold on, let me go back. Yeah. No bubble, no jump, no Zarya bubble. This monkey is deletable. You can just kill him. That's it. You can just kill him. You can just delete him. Okay. But again, like if your team is calling Zarya, especially if your target call is calling Zarya, I understand just leaving it on Zarya. You hide from a monkey, you go for the kill, you could die instead because monkey. Did we put this? Kinda. We did not put this early enough. Yep. Unfortunate. I was like, if we had been put a second earlier, you probably could have survived. You also had 95 to trans, which is oof. We can come back with trans though. If we even need trans. We probably do need trans. Grab so you trans, yeah, that's solid. I'm going to did you call that? Like you should call that, right? Like you can tell your soldier, station. If the monkey jumps you especially. But maybe he was just slow to react. Which is unfortunate. I also don't know why he didn't come into the bubble to kill the monkey with you, which is even more unfortunate. Okay, trans is good though, like grab. I feel like you ended up way too far forward after the trans. Like should you have ended here and just delete them? Oh, this was during tryouts, so there was no synergy. Gotcha. That's more understandable then, yeah, for sure. I don't think you should have ended it further back though. You can increase your distance from Tracer, increase your distance from Brigitte. Especially when you have trans, right? Maybe you were trying to avoid Diana, but she can see you anyway, right? Oh, she literally just chopped off anyway. Or back into the doorway. Yeah, back into the doorway would have been fine too. I just think you should not have ended this far forward. And then you get raid boss. Raid boss the. Rico's too aggressive though, at least like okay, yeah, she just kills you.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
Okay. We win this fight, yep. And I'm glossing a little bit over your Sen because you are an amazing Sen player. I can only give you my opinion, but you're definitely a better Sen than I am. But I'll probably go a little bit more in depth about Moira and Moira theory. Do you place NeoGoats on attack?
Darkness falls.
That's a weird change, right? I think Brigitte was fine, I'll be honest. Anywho. Yeah, you play 6-man dive. Which is NeoGoats, yeah. Well, yeah, I just call it NeoGoats even though it's not exactly the same comp. But it's close enough that I can just put them on the same umbrella. But yeah, like against this, Brick would be a lot better than Mercy. Like if you had Echo, I would be like, okay, or maybe Ash even. I would be like, okay, you can get a Mercy to pocket Echo or Ash. But I don't know what the Mercy even does. Maybe Legolas just felt more comfortable on Mercy, but I feel Break was the right pick. Anywho, all of this just to say, now you've got to play more carefully because you don't have a break, right? Ooh, that's a nasty stick. That's a nasty stick. Good rest. Hey, I guess now we know why they went Mercy. Good kill, yeah. Put your Discord out, solid. Change your Discord to Monkey. And we just 9 and you couldn't touch. Overall, yeah, you're still good. I feel like with some more team synergy and maybe not playing Widow on defense, I really don't like Widow on defense. Unless it's like Jungler time, right? Widow on Jungler time is like really good, but I feel like you did good. There were some mistakes, of course, like you don't want to stay close to the enemy after trans and don't drop and maybe Discord. Like here's the thing, I think discording the monkey was the right too early. Discording the monkey was the right idea, just that if your team is calling Zarya, then you probably just stick to the team anyway. Anywho. Ooh, yes. I love some NeoGoats. Which stick it. Okay, unfortunate. This is a little question mark, right? First thing first, why are you going inside? If your team is here. That's one thing I'll definitely question. Like, just stick to your tanks. I don't know why I used the orb, but you'll get it back soon enough, right? It's not a huge mistake. The call was top right. Then your team decided to change, I guess, right? Also, they're playing Torn instead of McCree, which is actually better for us. Healing of yourself. Should have definitely used healing orb earlier. You have so much time here. Like, you take some poke damage. You're at 100 or something. Just throw the healing orb. We have time for engage anyway. Like 337. Yeah, you will have gotten it back, no problem. You were waiting for the Lucia? Okay, that's fair enough. But I feel like with Moira, you just want to build your ultimate as fast as possible. So I would just be spamming the orb, like on cooldown. You throw a damage orb, which is fine. You're gonna again get it back. Oh, and then this was who called for this rotation? I hate this. I just hate this. And you guys took so long too. Your Moria stock. It's not even that. Just the rotation is so weird. Top right. I would have liked top right. Also, like, we are not all together. Like, your Tracer and your Sombra are kind of in, but we are not really going at anything. You just get shot in the open, which we should not be going in the open anyway. That's not you, this is you. I just feel like we should definitely not be here. You missed the bounce? Yeah, that's fair enough, but still, I hate this.
I'm on the objective. Rally to my position.
Regenerating the
Oh, you missed the bounce because you look back. You could have maybe faded in. But like at this point, like we've taken so much damage that what's even the point? Yeah, your monkey just dies. I feel like that's far. Yeah, your Moira hasn't been great. Like most of your orbs, I feel like you are just either very eager or just not using your orbs. But yeah, I feel like overall the rotations have been bad. We are just waiting for Diva, which is fine. You could, if you're gonna wait for Diva anyway, you could just throw a damage orb somewhere, right? You don't even need to know where they are. You just throw the damage orb to see if you get a little bit of extra charge. Since this comp is basically let's build support ultimates the comp, right? And you guys have not gotten anything because of your weird rotations. So. I think you had more than enough time to throw a damage orb in there, somewhere at least. You can also use it to scout. I feel like you should have thrown one at least, right? Somewhere, because you can just get it back. Do we finally go top right? Good damage orb. You fade in, which is fine. We kill that. Use your stab, which is a big problem. Take the healing, or use your healing orb. I feel like again you should have used your healing orb. Or taking the mega. I will say, like, who took the mega, right? We don't need the mega. Like, your Diva can just wait for the healing. Oh, is it tag? No, it's not tag. Your Diva takes the mega for like 100 health while you are healing her. Which maybe she did not realize that she dropped on the mega. But this mega would have been really good for you, and the 100 health would have been like 10% more ultra for you, so that's just unfortunate. But you should also still probably use your healing orb, right? Just to give yourself top off, because at this range, a decent Widow or Torrent which will kill you. I do think you should top yourself off. Right? Good kill, but you end up in a really, like, waiting for the mega, you just end up in a really bad position where your team is already going in and you're not, right? Because you're on the low ground. Maybe you can fade jump up. I'm not sure if this is fade jumpable. I think maybe it is because of how it looks. So I think maybe you can make this fade jump. But mostly I'm just like, your team is engaged in a position where you literally cannot help. Mostly because you had to wait for the Mega. I don't know if it's fade jumpable. It looks fade jumpable, right? With the slanted surface. But I'm not sure if it actually is. But take that aside. You don't know, I don't know. You cannot engage with your team here because, you know, you are not with them. Which is not a you problem, as an everyone problem. Because we are just gonna die without the healing. We just engaged in a very weird place.
I need healing.
Where, yeah, we all need healing. It's a words. It's such a weird sequence of consequences where because you did not get the Mega and you did not want to use your healing orb on yourself, you ended up waiting for the Mega while your team was ready to go. You got the Mega and you just were ready to go, but you were on the low ground and your team was on the high ground and your team engaged without you. Either there was some big miscommunication there. I do think you should have just thrown the healing orb and use it for yourself or ask your Lucio for healing, but just throw the healing orb. 8 seconds is so short anyway. You can use it and then prepare for the next fight. Yeah, we just reset. I feel like your orb usage definitely needs some fine tuning. That's the word I'm looking for.
Hi. Hiya. 안녕.
How I'm supposed to live with the rotations because the tanks have such mobility cooldowns and then you can fade jump properly. Usually you fade jump, but also one big part of this comp, and I don't know how much you've gone into this comp, is that you can actually not engage with your tanks, right? What you can do is, and this is especially true in positions where you cannot fade jump to, because if you can fade jump to the high ground, you can just go with your team as well. But you can be in positions where if your tanks are going to engage here, you can set up like here, and when they drop, you can heal them. Right? They can disengage, and like kind of like how Wrecking Ball does. Disengage, get healed, then use their cooldowns to go back up, and you can also throw your orbs and whatnot. So that's something you can do too. And that's something I've seen a lot of teams do. Like, not only from the high ground, but even like on maps where you've got like a big thing in the middle, where even if the hold on, let me think about like Busan Sanctuary, right? Let's say this is Busan Sanctuary and you got the big drum in the middle. I've seen a lot of fights where just the Moira stays on this side, and the Moira and the Lucio actually usually stay on this side, or Lucio can go, but Moira will just stay on this side, the tanks will go in, and then they will get out. And they will just come to the Moira for healing, and Moira can just play with the cover of the drum to heal tanks outside of cover. Just to build coalescence really, really fast. And they take like a lot of soft engages where it's just Monkey goes in with Lucio speed, takes a little damage, backs out, get healed. That's the same, like Monkey Diva, right? Because you can just play around the cover of the drum and you're basically safe and you build coalescence. So I've seen a lot of teams do that, especially on maps where you cannot stage on the high ground. And teams will just do that, like trade a lot of damage. And when we just trade damage, go safe, build coalescence, then just go all in with coalescence. So that's something I've seen a lot. Not just, especially when you cannot engage with your team, you just play very safe in the area where they would disengage you. Same way here, right? You're basically safe in the area where they would disengage you, heal them up, and they can go back in with Lucio. So that's what I've gathered of how this Moira Lucio Monkey Diva comp works. It's not only about the mobility, but also the fact that basically you're a moving health pack. You can be below them and heal them up, and you're like a moving mega until you get coalescence, and then you press Q and delete everything. Okay. Let's continue. Damage Orb. Should have definitely thrown a Damage Orb. Healing orb. Healer of the monkey. Okay, you were late with the orb. And again, I feel like out of everything you've done, the orbs are definitely like the part you need to work on the most. We got gold. And is this your first cow? Hold on. Oh my god, it is. This is also our first beat. That's just really bad. What this tells me is that your team's playing this like dive, right? Like your Monkey Diva Sombra Tracer are not playing this like you're basically AFK the first 2 fights. Yeah, but like we are all playing this badly because your tanks are just engaging as if there was dive, and I've seen your DPS trade damage before the fight even starts. Whereas this plays a little bit more like Brawl, right? At least during the fight, where you just want to go together at the same target and delete it. This to me just says that your team is just diving in and getting out. And with Moira Lucio, you don't do that. You may as well be playing Brick Ana at that point. Because at least with Brick Ana, you can heal them from range. But they are not coming to you for healing. Especially on a map like this, where you cannot really set up greatly to follow them to the high ground and whatnot. You just need to have them come to you for healing, rather than you going to them. And this is very telling that basically your team is playing very split. You got both supports, and then you got the rest of the team playing dive. It's just very, very telling that you guys are not really building your support ultimates really fast. Because you are not playing to build your support ultimates. Whereas this comp is a comp that plays around support ultimates, right? Like, if you look at the highest rank, a lot of teams will not actually hard commit until they have Coalescence or Beat. Because you can literally build them so fast with, like, Monkey Diva and 2 mobile DPS. But you guys are not playing around that, and that's your win condition, right? Your win condition is just, hey, we need to build support ultimates, then we can go in. Otherwise, your tanks just get deleted, right? Like, there's so much damage in the game, your tanks just get deleted. Unless they're not playing like Echo. Echo could be also like a really, really big part of that. But yeah, basically your supports are not getting enough value, and the rest of your team is not playing to build their support ultimates. Like, you guys have just been by yourselves most of the time, because your tanks are playing this like dive, and it's not dive. In fact, a lot of the time, you will actually use Lucio speed to engage. It's not even using your vertical cooldowns, right? Using your cooldowns, or you only use your cooldowns to commit on someone who's just immediately killable. And you'll see this a lot, where the tanks will engage with Lucio speed, they will try to bait like a Fade or a Wraith out from the enemy, and then they will double commit with their own cooldowns into the enemy that has used their cooldown, or if they don't have anyone to go on, they will just go back to their supports, get healed up, and try back again. So yeah, I feel like you guys are just playing this composition wrong. Which is not your fault, it's literally just the team not doing that. Okay, anywho, we use this fight, we got Coalescence now. We can go in hard with Coalescence. And this is basically where we got died, right? Now we've got infinite range healing. Okay. So, on the topic of your own Moira play, probably Orphs, but also tell your team to just play with you. They need to come use you for healing. Ooh. Oh my god, okay. I'm very concerned about this. How close were you to this Brigitte? I thought we were gonna get bashed. I honestly thought you were going to get bashed out of Coalescence. You could have gotten bashed out of Coalescence, in fact. She doesn't go for it, but you could have gotten bashed out of Coalescence. You don't want to get that close to anything with CC when you're calling. We EMP, they trance, they flags. We used all of our ultimates and they countered it with their ultimates. The EMP was supposed to come first, but it was like, okay, that's unfortunate then. Should have thrown a healing orb out there. Should have definitely thrown the healing orb earlier. to save your diva. Oh, she got stunned anyway, that's unfortunate. Your diva just... Did she go for a remake here? Hold on, I want to check this. Your diva tries to go for the remake kill. She should have remaked over here, clearly. Which is definitely not your fault. That's not what he wants to do. He's a memer? Okay. Yeah, don't go for remake kills. They're funny, but they're not actually useful. Unless you got Echo. Echo remake kills are useful. Love seeing remake skills. I mean, I can feel that. Okay, we can maybe win this. Throw an orb, throw any orb. Okay. You fade after your monkey, but you can see how you shouldn't have to fade after your monkey, especially when he's primally. You should be able to even stay on the high ground, and your monkey can just jump back up to you when he is healing, like that, right? You just heal him from the high ground. But instead he jumps away, and if you chase him, then you're off the high ground, and now you're in a dangerous position. This fight is won anyway, clearly. But it's just not how this comp works. It just really feels to me like your tanks are disconnected from your supports. Because they're playing it like that, rather than like a brawly team that just needs to do the soft reset a lot. And I feel like that's the big separation here. You don't know if you're playing... You are basically playing dive, but you're forgetting about the brawly part of the team. So you might as well be playing Ana, honestly, at this point. Because your team is not playing this like NeoGoats. There is a reason they call it NeoGoats, right? It's not just because... Sorry. It's not just because, yeah, you can build ultimates really fast. It's because it's kind of brawly. It's a really brawly comp. Not so much with Sombra Tracer, probably with Reaper it would be even brawlier. But even with Sombra Tracer, it's still a pretty brawly comp. Because that's how you play it with Moira Lucio. You just run in, do healing, do damage, get your ultimates in minutes, going with them. But you guys are just playing it like that. Which leaves your Moira and your Lucio basically useless. You've only played this on King of the Hill, where you just fight over the point and run at them. Yeah, that's why this comp is really good on King of the Hill. You can just forget about planning, forget about anything, just run at the enemy team. Use cover to heal up, run again. Yeah, especially, sorry. If you got maps where you know your fade jumps, then you can just do that on this type of map too. But, yeah. That is about orb. I'm sorry, most of your orbs have not been very good, I will say that. At least not perfect, right? You've gotten value out of some of them, but... This, oh yeah, that was not a good orb. Unfortunate. Goodbye, little orb. Yeah, I feel like mechanically the orbs are the orbs are the worst part of your gameplay. Which is, you know, still good gameplay, but you could be getting more value out of your orbs. Just honestly, just use them more often. You're using one here, which is good. But after the buff to X seconds, I will try really hard to not get them eaten mirror matchups. Well, they don't have anything that will eat it, right? If they had a diva, I would be like, okay, you've got to be a little more careful, but they haven't had a diva. They didn't attack. No, they didn't. They had double bubble. And you were not playing Moira anyway. Hit up of your... Yeah. And here I can distract them. Yeah. But yeah, basically, you don't want them eaten by diva, but like... If you get starting value out of them, and then they go on for a little bit, if diva uses defense matrix to eat them, like, you know, if they got 300 healing. If you do like 200 healing, and the Orph has 100 healing left, and diva has to use defense matrix, look away from the team, and use defense matrix, that's still pretty valuable. So long as you get the starting burst of healing, or the starting burst of damage, that's usually good enough, especially when your comp should just be playing, at least on Now you're just playing the bubble. But on 6-man dive, when your comps should be playing like very close together, you can get a ton of healing on multiple people with a single orb very, very early. Okay, and we just cap this. Should have probably in a healing orb. Even here, I'm like, why is your monkey on the high ground? He should drop to cover to get healed up. Like, this is very telling of how your team is playing, right? Your monkey is actually waiting on the high ground to get healed. Which would make sense if you had an Ana, right? If you had an Ana, your Ana would probably be here or here. And the monkey can just get healed up on the high ground without problem. He's kind of in cover, but he can just get healed up and prepare to go in again. Whereas with this comp, with, well, you're now playing a hybrid, but with Moira Lucio, your monkey should just drop, get healed up behind cover, then go back in. Because he can just walk into the point with Lucio speed. And this is just very telling that you guys are playing this, at least half of your team is playing this more like dive than NeoGoats. See, now that one should have probably been a damage short. Good EMP, we just win with EMP, right? Oh. They get reactivated. I think they get reactivated and you don't notice. You just fade away and they get reactivated. Yep. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, well that's very... It's not very winnable, we've got B. Yeah, this is still very winnable. We managed to hack the Wrecking Ball, which is unfortunate. You're almost back.
I need healing.
Okay, lost fight. Unfortunate. Lost fight! Lost fight, guys! We committed Primal! This was so clearly lost. Sari and Tracer are gone. You cannot win this without a Tracer. I can't commit we committed Primal to that, I'll be honest. At least we are going to be able to engage with Coalescence. Push one misses. Healing Orb or Damage Orb just to build Coalescence. Because again, you can just throw it early, get Coalescence, go into Coalescence. You should have probably thrown the Healing Orb earlier, yeah. It would have allowed you to charge Coalescence earlier. And then you just cap. And of course, Scream Codes just ends like 30 seconds earlier. But I'm gonna guess you guys cap. My guess is that you guys cap, at least. Because they have nothing, but they have Pulse Bomb. Anywho. Everything dies UEMP, yeah. I'm gonna like your son is pretty good. There were some minor mistakes here and there, or at least things that I think could have been better. But your Moira definitely needs more help. Like especially, and I can't state this enough. Mechanically, you're not a bad Moira. You just need to use your orbs more or less, or just try to get more value out of them. Like if you don't need them, don't use them. But if you need them, do use them, because like using them early will just get you extra value, especially when they don't have a diva. Which I know they do now, but that's because they're on their point. You can just use them, get value, go in, build Coalescence. You have only ever played Moira when this comp was meta, you hate it. Unfortunate. Yeah, but basically, it's not just you, which you can get more value out of the Ors, yes. But also your team needs to play around you a little bit, right? The whole idea of this comp is, in fact, just building support ultimates, then hard committing. You like, do I? Oh man. But yeah. Your team needs to know that, well, if you're playing here, if the idea is to dive here, we need to know that in advance so you can set up here, or just come with us to the high ground. But same goes for them. They cannot just. Your monkey cannot just wait to get healed up here. Stacking building up quickly? Yeah, but that's because you guys play this like a dive map. Which, it is a dive map, like long silence, whatnot. It's not a brawl map. But you should have just gone Ana, I'll be honest. Like Ana Brig or Ana Mercy. You would have gotten so much more value out of just playing Ana Brig or Ana Mercy. Because of the style you guys were using. Alright. That said though, like, yeah, you can definitely on an individual level, you need to get better orbs. This comes the dive version of Rhyme Bab Bro? Kind of, yeah. Like 6-man dive is hold on. 6-man dive is basically this, but usually with Reaper. Doesn't have to be Reaper, like Tracer is still really good. You'll just see it more often with Reaper because it's easier to coordinate with Reaper. But anywho, yeah, I just feel like these 4 with Sombra to enable the team, and then Tracer, Reaper, maybe Echo, but maybe not Echo. More just Tracer or Reaper. Okay. Well, Arjun, hopefully that was helpful. No problem, that's what I'm here for. I always enjoy doing like higher rank runs. I don't get that many like GM bots, so it's always much appreciated. Alright, let's take a 3-minute break, and then I'll do the next one, which should be Sarki. Thank you for stopping by, Arjun. No, you can stay if you want. I'm not kicking you out. I'll be right back.